from Borbos Mama. Thanks for tuning in. I am joining my friend Lindsay from Mama Schmooze Reviews. She just released this collab called My Favorite Homeschool Books for 2017. So I totally wanted to join in. I had told her I would. And I just want to get right into it. We have a few books that I want to share with you guys. I asked my 8-year-old what were his most memorable read-alouds for 2017. So these are the read-alouds that we do together as a family between my homeschool time, and I read to my 2-year-old, my 5-year-old, and my 8-year-old together. So I always pick picture books so that I can keep them, you know, focused on the reading time. And so he remembers these the most. So the first one that we picked was Make Way for Duckling. I love this book so much. This is a perfect like May springtime book. Such a cute book, and it just talks about a cute little family and a duck family that goes through the city to try to get to their home. But I love this book because he loved it, and it didn't even have colors. It's just that the whole storyline really engaged them, and how the mom protects her kiddos from all kinds of danger. Really, really cute. Make Way for Ducklings. The next one is Sylvester and the Magic Pebble. I had shared about this in a series that I did called My Favorite Read Aloud of the Week. I'm going to link down below my playlist for that series if you're interested in watching more about books. This is the most memorable for him of the entire series, which is amazing. But this is such an amazing book. I recommend this so much. This talks about perseverance, family, love, and you could put all kinds of lessons into this one book. So I'm going to link down the video that talks about this book and the playlist for my series, but just so you can hear more about this book. It's such a great book. So I won't repeat myself. You can go right to that video. And this is the next one that he chose. This is Officer Buccal and Gloria. We had so much fun reading about this when we did like a mini lesson on police officers. So we had so much fun reading this one, and it talks about how this officer goes to different schools to talk about safety, and he's really big on safety. He's almost overprotective, safety kind of guy. And so he has this amazing dog, and everybody loves his speeches because of the dog, but he doesn't realize this. That the dog, he does all these tricks, and he thinks he's the funny guy. You know, he thinks it's him that they love. But then he finds out that they love the dog and not him, that the dog is the one making all these tricks, and he gets upset because he really thought it was him. See him finding out. He really thought people loved him because of him. It wasn't because of his dog. So he stops going to these places to teach them about safety, and then the kids decide to write him letters and let him know that they love them both as a team. And so they come back. It's such a cute book. We just had such a good time reading this one, and he remembers it so well. So those are his most memorable read-alouds together. The most memorable read-aloud series I wanted to share was the Boxcar Children. We just started this series this past year, 2017. I think it was March that we started, and we loved this so much. We had so much fun reading about this family. The 2 older kids are super smart. All of them are. And it just talks about how they lived that life, the simple life back in that time, and how they made life work with what they had. They were content with what they had. They were good to each other, respectful, and just such a good book to kind of get your kids to appreciate what they have and each other. Really cute series. We finished book 3, and so we're still going to try to do book 4, book 5, and so forth this year. And the most best find for me, my favorite find of 2017 is I Love Dirt. I have a whole video on this book that I'm going to link down below so you guys can check it out. It's a perfect nature study book with a bunch of activities to do for each season. So you got to check out the video if you want to hear more about this book. My favorite, most emotional book of 2017 that I love so much and was memorable for me was The Baby and I. And this is a perfect book to talk about the Great Depression with your children if you're in that time of study with your history. The Baby and I found this book. I think I bought it in the library. I don't know. I know it was a hand-me-down, like it was a thrift find. Love this book so much, especially because my husband is a baseball fan. He's like a baseball buff, and he's awesome at baseball. And so it ties in with what we know as a family, how, you know, we've grown up with learning about baseball, so we know all about the best baseball players, especially Babe Ruth. So this is an amazing story about a little boy and his father and his family who were surviving around the Great Depression. And how Babe Ruth fits into this is the best part, because at that time in the Great Depression, Babe Ruth was the best baseball player. And what I love about it is that the little boy found how to help his father by selling newspapers, and they would call out about Babe Ruth, and all the fans would buy the newspapers. So he was helping his father, and the emotional part is when the father finds out that he's helping him. And it kind of like messed up his pride, you know, as a daddy. This guy always makes appearance on my videos. We're doing a video. High five. You got, oh, you got wet? Yeah. No. My favorite mom book for myself for 2017. I always talk about this book. Is Mom Enough? I have a video also about this book. It's just encouraging for us moms to know that we don't have to be enough. We're not meant to be enough. God is enough in us. And a good one I could show you here is, it says, you do not raise your children if you can squeeze the time in. Motherhood is what God gave you time for. So motherhood is not a hobby, it's a calling. And then it talks about how our focus is also on eternity, not just mothering. So it's a great encouraging book for mothers. Yes, baby. So I also read in my Kindle, I couldn't show you guys because I no longer have it in my Kindle, but I also read one that's called Loving the Little Years. I love that book so much. I also have a video talking about that. But that book, it basically is so much encouragement for moms that have children 5 and under, multiple children of 5 and under, and how you just have to kind of really enjoy the little moments and know that this is just a season in time, that the hard times will pass, and just enjoy those moments and so forth. So I love that one. I encourage all moms that have children 5 and under to read Loving the Little Years. And I forgot who was the author, but you gotta look it up. Most fun educational one just that we remember was Alphabetics, because my kids really look forward to knowing the letter of the day with this one. They just love how the letters turned into what they were. So B, so I would do it B, I would do B, I'm sorry, B, balloon.
Mama, how is this?
Yes, so they loved this book so much. Recommended for kids that are in kindergarten or pre-K and you want to do letter of the week. And our best poetic books, our favorite poetry books for poetry time. This is one of them. I love this. I bought it last year. Carolyn Kennedy, Poems to Learn by Heart. Julie Bogart had recommended this, and I really love it. It has a lot of fun and sweet poems in here, and so we always go to this one for our poetry time. And we also do this one as well, the Children's Book of Virtues by William J. Bennett. I love this one so much too. And one of our favorite poems is in here, and it's called Please. One of our favorites, because we always have more than one. And Please talks about how it personalizes the word please. So I give it a personification. So this little boy doesn't have please in his mouth at all, but the other one does. So one brother does, one brother doesn't. And it talks about how the please was just bored of being in that one boy that doesn't use it. So it jumped out of his mouth and went into the other boy's mouth. And so the other boy was saying please twice. It's just such a cute poem. You totally have to look it up. And eventually the one boy starts saying please. So he'll go back to his original mouth. It's so cute. So we love, love, love this one because it's a good way to teach your kids to be, to have good manners. So those are my favorite books of 2017, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video with my little guy interrupting as usual. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, this is a collaboration with Lindsay from Mama Shmooze Reviews. Please check her video out as well. And I'll see you in the next one.